Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me again in this live section. So you guys have listened to what happened in court today concerning Simeon Ekpa. Now Simeon Ekpa actually denied Ipob again for the second time. He has denied Ipob again, and it got many Nigerians talking. Yes, he was saying that he is not an Ipob member, rather he claimed to be a content creator, and all he was doing was just acting. And many Nigerians reacted to it, say that how come Simon Ekpa is saying that he is not an IPOP. So we now had to, a lot of people were now saying that there have been a time that even IPOP said that Simeon Ekpa is not an IPOP member. Even him, he has not, it's not now he's distanced himself from IPOP. He has distanced himself for a very long time from IPOP, saying that he is not an IPOB member. So just because of Simon Ekpa is heading towards his complete, they have restructured their strategy. They're not looking for what they're going to use against him. Now, to be honest, Simon Ekpa has already come out to deny that he is not an IPOB member, telling the Finnish court he's just a content creator and all his videos on the internet are content for leisure. Though Simon Ekpa have already told us that what he was actually trying to do is like he was trying to help Mazen Nnamdi Kalu. Yes, he created the Biafran army for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kalu. So everything he was actually doing was for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kalu. He said he is not an IPOB member. All he was just doing was to help Mazen Nnamdi Kalu, essentially to liberate Biafrans. But he has also went as far as telling the court that he is just a content creator. He is not associated with the IPOB. Like this is what Simon Ekpa was saying, but many people are beginning to wonder then if he was not a member of IPOP, why was he doing all those things he was doing, even when he was giving orders, even when he was saying that there will be a sit-at. So many people were wondering, if he says he's not an IPOP member, then what concerns him with, like what really concerns him with Biafra movement? Because guys know that even when he was in Finland, he was giving orders, and many people are saying that he's not supposed to be giving orders if he knows he's not an IPOB member. Then why all of a sudden is he coming out to say he is not an IPOB member but only a content creator? And it has got many Nigerians talking because people were actually commenting based on what he said, and according to what they are even saying, they say that this is actually the second time he's saying it, because he has come to court before and said this when they brought him to finish court. He told them clearly, and this time, second time again, he also said it. Now, many people are now saying, a lot of comments have been coming in, and they're saying that why is it that Simon Ekpa is afraid to say he is a Biafra member, that he should be like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu never denied Biafra. Many Nigerians have been saying it, that he should be like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Now, so many people are saying that why is he denying IPOP? Why is he denying Biafra? But all of a sudden, it wasn't funny because many Nigerians, I think it's actually made many Nigerians to get angry. Many Nigerians are very angry about that comment because they're not saying that what is he trying to say? Like, is it now because of it's time to face the music? Now all of a sudden he's claiming he's a content creator. So I want us to actually take some reactions, because that is actually what we're going to be talking about. Let us take some reactions from Nigerians, because many people are not happy with what he said, and I think people were not happy that the person that they were hailing, someone that they took as their leader, has finally denied them. So let us actually take a look at what this person said. Okay, this person said that Simon Ekpa is a coward. Why would he say he is not a Biafran or IPOB member, but just a content creator? So this next person said, so okay, this one was now saying that why is Finland wasting time on this guy? Take him to Nigeria, let him deny it there. He knows what will follow from a hand that has not tested peace. Now this one is saying that why are they still wasting time in Finland? They didn't take him to Nigeria. And I think the reason for this comment is because they did not really like what Simon Ekpa said in court, thereby denying IPOB and Biafra. People were saying that just like him denying what he has been in there for so long. People are saying that why can't he just be like Mazen Nnamdi Kalu? Mazen Nnamdi Kalu, who never denied Biafra, no matter the torture and the humiliation he was going into. So let's take a look at this another person's comments, because we're actually going through comments from people based on what really happened in court today about Simon Ekpa denying Ipob again for the second time. Okay, so this one now said that our freedom fighter has now turned to a content creator. And this one said, when it's time to face the music, even the loudest freedom fighter starts claiming content creation. Accountability is always the real test. And this one said that why is it that he cannot actually, why is that he denied IPOB? What of Mazen Nandekanu, who never denied Biafra and is always standing for Biafra in everything? Now, this one now said that this is not only insulting, it is cowardness at the highest level. People have died, schools shut down, business collapsed, and entire communities lived in fear, all based on the command of a man, now pretending it was all for entertainment. Like, I feel many people are actually angry. Yeah, Nigerians are very angry because of this comment, and they are saying that this is an insult to their face, that why will he all of a sudden deny his own people just because he's on court? That this is that many people have, according to this person's comment here, he said many people have died, schools were shut down, businesses collapsed, and entire communities have lived in fear, all based on the command of a man, that Simon Ekpa. Now he's pretending that everything he did was just entertainment. And someone here said that this, I think this person here is very disappointed. So this person's comment says, I am short of words, don't really know what to comment. This statement is not funny. After taking the lives of innocent citizens, all you could say is that you are creating content. Like I told you guys before, many people have been blaming Simon Ekpa based on what is happening. But I tell you guys that it's not Simon Ekpa that is causing everything. That there's no difference between Simon Ekpa and Mazen Namdekalu. So even if they are saying that Mazen Namdekalu, there's no difference between Mazen Namdekalu and Simon Ekpa. So people have been believing he's the one causing the mayhem in the southeast. But I'll tell you guys, he is not the one. He's only trying to liberate Biafra, thereby trying to see how he's going to release Mazen Namdekalu from detention. So another person said that people could not even believe the news. People are saying that, is this really true? That's why will he say such a thing? And after this is, so people went as well, this is the second time he's denying Ipob, meaning that he never loved Biafra, just like the way Mazen and the Kali love Biafra. But another person said, yeah, that Simon Ekpa has actually have actually distanced himself for a very long time. According to this person, he said Simon Ekpa have distanced himself for a very long time from IPOB or Biafra. He made it clear to us that he was not an IPOB member. He was only trying to help in the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Even the IPOB members also say that he is not one of them. He's just trying to help Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's freedom. That is what many people are saying, and you can see from what is even going on that people are not really happy. From the comments I'm reading out to you guys, you see that many people are not happy. And this is what someone said here. He said, I know he was a coward. The damages this coward caused in the East is unbearable. The court case is part of the content creation too. You can see that people are not really happy from the comments I'm reading out to you guys. So this one also said that, so then this is another person's reply. He said, so after all the chaos, threats, sit at home orders and bloodshed, Simon Ekpa claims he's just a content creator, just content for leisure. Like, can see what people are not really happy about the statement that Simon Ekpa made in court today, saying that he is not an IPOB member. And according to what they're saying, they say this is the second time that he has said such a thing. But I tell you guys that all these things that they're saying, Simon Ekpa never did anything in the southeast. He only agitated for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is what he was trying to do. And according to what he has told us before for a very long time now, that many people are not aware. Maybe some people are not really aware that Simon Ekpa have already told us that he is not a Biafran. Like, he distanced himself from IPOB for a very long time now. They said it. Many people are saying it. Even him, he said it. He said it's not an IPOB. Even before this, before they even got to arrest or kidnap him, he said it, that he is not a member of IPOB. But people did not really believe that time. Or people, I don't know why we say, maybe because he was agitating for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That's why people took him as he's a member of IPOB. But he said it before that he is not a member of IPOB. So that is what's really going on. So guys, I want us to actually take a look at this video and listen to what these people have to say about Simon Ekpa's court case today and the fact that he said that he is not a member of Ipob. Guys,
Separatist agitator Simon Ekpa told a Finnish court that he is not a leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He's just a content creator. Ekpa, who has been at the center of countless online videos calling for sit-at-home protests and threatening violence across Nigeria's southeast, is now claiming all that he was doing was content and it was simply for leisure. According to media reports, his legal team in Finland is arguing that the videos he published were not real-world directives, but online content purely meant for entertainment. Now, this is coming as Finnish prosecutors push for a 6-year jail term, accusing Simon Ekpa of public incitement to commit crimes with terrorist intent and participating in a terrorist group. Now, IPOB has since distanced themselves from him, and its leadership says that Ekpa no longer has ties to their organization and that his actions have caused more harm than good. As this trial unfolds, the court's final decision will, of course, set a precedent on how international jurisdictions handle politically charged content in the digital age. What is interesting to me is to see that there are real-life consequences for digital character, if you ask me. I think this is, I don't know if this is cunning or if this is a convenient defense on his part, but his actions and his incitement did have real world consequences and were very inflammatory. Let's take a look at social media. At Afam says, just finished listening to Simon Ekpa's court proceedings and I'm honestly in disbelief. During cross-examination, he completely distanced himself from IPOB, claiming he's merely a content creator. According to him, everything he's done was simply acting, nothing more. That doesn't sound like a very courageous leader to me. We'll take one more tweet. Atnedre says, this is not only insulting, it's cowardice at the highest level. People have died, schools shut down, businesses collapsed, and entire communities lived in fear, all based on the commands of a man now pretending it was all for entertainment. Team, this is very, very interesting. We are seeing in Delta State, vigilantes have actually gone and killed people in cold blood. Now, while some people are arguing that this is mob justice, other people are saying there's gaps in policing, there's gaps in security. We had no choice. Separatist agitator Simon.
So guys, you guys have listened to what they said about Simon Ekpa's court case. You know, I told you guys that many people, many Nigerians were not happy. You guys saw the way we are talking about people's reaction because people are reacting so bad to it. Now, this is another person's reaction. I'm taking people's reaction now. This one was saying that he was like content that has led to the death of so many, the stabilization of the whole region, and you are saying you are a content creator. And this person, another person, this is coming from another person, he said you should still face some serious penalty for the consequences of his action because it has generated a lot of pains on innocent citizens over the years. So this is coming from another person. This one I'm about to read now is coming from another person. This one said, so all those killings and mayhem rhetorics were content creating. You have got to be kidding, honestly. People are saying that they can't believe that Simon Ekpa is doing this, that this is someone that they thought is a leader, someone they have put all their hope in, all of a sudden has denied Ipob and said that he is not a member of Ipob. And many people are still wondering, like, then what was he now doing then when he was giving command and others? What was he trying to do? Because he was always talking about Martin Namdekalo and everything associated with Ipob, and all of a sudden he's not saying he's not a member. And many Nigerians went on further to ask, if he said he's not a member, then how come he was seen talking about Mazina the Carlos things and Ipob things? That if someone who's not a member should have actually dissociated himself entirely from being or saying anything about Biafra. This is what many Nigerians were saying. So, like I told you guys, I'm actually reading comments of what people said concerning this statement about what Simon Ekpa said in court, saying that he is not an Ipob member again. So, this is what someone said. Making content with people's lives, wow, see the God some people worship. Like people who are saying that they're so disappointed. See, this is coming from someone now. Someone said, making content with people's lives, wow, see the God some people worship. And people are saying that, you know, this is someone who've actually held accountable. Like, this is someone we can say, okay, he's our leader. Now, all of a sudden, he is saying that he's just a content creator. So, Reading on to a next comment, I'm taking this next comment from an ex-user. He said, this one tire me. Like, I don't know what to really say. This one don't tire me. I can't believe that Simon Ekpa will still deny Biafra after everything that was done. So taking another one here, he says, I told him, this one is coming from another person. He said, I told him and his followers that when reality hit them as a result of the atrocities they committed in Igbo land, that no place under this earth will be a hiding place for them. Reality is real and the beginning is just one. And this is coming from another person. He said, content that triggered tension, build hate, and incited crimes, content that asks people to kill and maim people, like he will continue the content in jail. I think people are really angry because they're now saying some harsh words to Simon Ekpa because of the statement he made. People are saying that the content that triggered tension and by a lot of people, is it now the same thing that they're not trying to tell us that Simon Ekpa is not a member of Ipob? And I think many Nigerians are confused. They don't know. They don't really know what to say again. But to be honest, I'm going to tell many Nigerians one thing they don't know about Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa has actually distanced himself from Ipob for a very long time that people are not aware of. And I think maybe he didn't make it public. Okay, I think the way the problem is coming from is that Simon Ekpa didn't make the fact that he was not an Ipob member public. He would have told the whole world that, okay, I'm not an IPOB member, but I'm actually doing this thing for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm just trying to see if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be released. I think he would have made it publicly so that many Nigerians will know that he would have already dissociated himself since even before his arrest. And I think this is where the problem is coming from. Now everybody is thinking that he is the second in command to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and because of that, they feel that he is the prime minister. That's after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is him. So I think he didn't make it public. That's why many Nigerians are so disappointed. Like even reading from their comments, like I'm reading for you guys now, even reading from the comments, you see that they are in pain. Obviously because of what Simon Ekpa has said concerning the fact that he's not an IPOB member. And some people went as far as saying that they are not fools, that Simon Ekpa wants to deceive them, saying that he's just a content creator. And but you just got to believe it, because this is not the first time he's saying it. He has said it since, but I think then he did not actually make it public. So you can see many people are saying so hateful words about him because of this thing, because of what he said, that he's just a content creator. Now this is, let me actually take some reactions again from people, because people are actually reacting to this so badly. So this person said, but that is not far from the truth. Or have you seen prime minister of any country behaving the way he behaved? Does a prime minister of a country live and work in another country? Okay, this is actually what someone said here. I think this is what someone said. The person said that what Simon Ekpa said is not far from the truth. That, have you guys ever seen or heard that a prime minister of any country would be working, like he will be working in another country, like he will be in another country and be working there? That is not possible. So definitely what he's saying is true, that he's never an IPOB member. But like I told you guys, Nigerians don't believe you because he hasn't come out to say the public. So this one is not saying that what Simon Ekpa said is not far from the truth. That, have you seen prime minister of any country behaving the way he behaved, or does a prime minister of a country live and work in another country? So I'm reading on to the next reaction. People are saying that this is so insultive, that why would he say such a thing, saying that he is just a content creator, a man that we've always put as our leader and put hope in. So taking on, let's take a look at the next reaction from another person. He said, I hope his supporters and the eastern bushes and sit-at-home merchants are watching. And this is also people are saying that I hope people who supported him are watching how he has denied them. Like I told you guys, that many people are suddenly behind Simon Ekpa, but I think now many people are now feeling somehow that Simon Ekpa has left them after all the whole trust they gave him and the way they have been supporting him. And all of a sudden, he said he's just a content creator, meaning that he has publicly denied IPOB and Biafra. Now, and this is what someone said, that okay, someone just said now, he said the loudest voice are usually in it for themselves alone. This who can Someone who cannot tell where the borders of one eastern state start and ends is the one many of you put your hope in to bring succession, just like you did with cowardly Ojukwu years ago. Biafra will never happen. And I think I quote this person wrong. I quote this person, a very big wrong, because Biafra is going to happen, whether they like it or not. Biafra is going to happen. Many Nigerians don't just feel, they don't just get or understand what is going on in Nigeria. That's one thing they don't understand. Like I like in a way, I think I blame Simon Ekpa for this. I think you should actually make it publicly and tell them before these things happen. So I actually disagree with this person here saying that Biafra will not happen. Biafra will happen. In fact, it has already happened. We just need some time is going to come to pass. So I actually disagree with the person here. So taking the next comment here, because many people are reacting to this, he said that because someone said, I think this person is very angry. He said he has never been part of Ipob family member. He's just a liar and a fraudster. So taking a look at the next thing here, it says, where it says, so all the things that he has been doing since his content creating, how possible is that a man who we have put our hope in? Like, to be honest, and people are not really happy that Simon Ekpa had to say this thing, but they should also have to understand that he said this thing for a very long time. It's just that people were not aware of it. He said it. He said it. And like I told you guys, that Simon Ekpa is just there to agitate for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is one thing Nigerians should know. He's just there to agitate for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So he's just there to help Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But he is not an IPOB member. He's not an IPOB member. He have said it since, but people don't know. He's not an IPOB member. He said it since that he's not an IPOB member. But he's just there to agitate for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So he's actually standing at the back of man. Simon Ekpa is someone who supports and love what Biafra do, just like many other Nigerians do. That is one thing people don't understand. This man loves Biafra, just like other people do. He supports what is going on. He's someone that his support is so active. That's why you see him, he's always making sure that, okay, things are going right in Biafra land, in Igbo land. That is what he's always doing. He's trying to just make sure. So you see, Simon Ekpa is just a supporter who loves Biafra and nothing more. But I think that people did not tend to understand it that way. And all of a sudden, they're now saying that he's a liar, he's a criminal on this. But that is not what he was trying to do. He's just a lover of Biafra, someone who loves Biafra, and not only that, someone who supports Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even IPOB said that he's not also their member. So for the fact he's saying it doesn't mean he's lying. He's not lying. He's telling you the honest truth. He's just a lover. A lover. There's a difference between someone who's into IPOB and someone who's just a Nigerian that just loves IPOB and wants to support Mazi Nnamdi. Because of that support, because of the love you have for Biafra, you now want to support them so that they'll be able to release Mazi Nnamdi. That is just the thing that people don't understand. So the hateful comments coming from people about Simon, but I don't think is actually necessary, because I also feel that the man should have actually made it publicly, broadcast it, saying that he's not an IPOB member. Like I told you guys, many Nigerians took him as their prime minister. Yes, because they're always calling him our prime minister, but he has come on to tell you guys the honest truth, that he's not an IPOB member. He's just a lover of Biafra. He's someone who's supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Like he will always say that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is always in my heart. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what I want. So I think he's supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nothing more to what is going on. So everything he said, told you guys in court, is nothing but true. But Nigerians are so disappointed because they have already accepted him in their heart as their prime minister. So they feel that their prime minister is betraying them. So that is actually what is being complicated, that people don't understand. So like I told you guys, that many people are saying that he's supposed to be brave like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is always supporting and saying that he's not going to leave Biafra, that yes, he's the leader of Biafra. That's what they wanted him to do, but they don't really understand that he's just a lover of Biafra and someone who's trying to support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Not like he's actually an IPOB member, just like he told the Finnish people in court today. So guys, I want you guys to actually take a look at this interview between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Dele. Even when Dele asked him, "Are you not afraid of your life?" He said, "No, I'm not afraid. As far as God give me Biafra, I am good." Guys, take a look at this video and I'll be right back to continue what really happened in court about Simon Ekpa.
Are you not afraid for your life? And what happens?
I am dead already.
And at what happens if anything happens to you now? Do you have succession plans?
I am dead already. I was pouring some water, I do apologize. I am dead already. The only thing that can bring me back to life is Biafra. This life is meaningless without freedom, not just freedom. As I said before, I traveled to England to study for a reason and for a purpose. You cannot tell me that in England, they have gas piped all the way from the Scottish gas fields. There is 24 hours a day electricity. There is gas. If you're homeless or if you're unemployed, the government can give you what is called housing benefit. You can pay your rent and live in a decent home. They also give you money to feed as well. If I cannot do those things for my people, then my life is meaningless. So as I am right now, I'm already dead. I'm only waiting for Biafra to revive me and to resuscitate me. And I feel and I do pray that most other Africans should feel the way that I do. Because Africa is a failure because we fail to address the core and the key issues affecting our lives. We intend to change that. And by the grace of God Almighty in heaven, we shall be successful. My life doesn't matter anymore. What matters is Biafra. Everything else is irrelevant. And the zoo government, they know it. Everything is irrelevant. The only thing that matters to me, God is my witness, is Biafra, nothing more. I'm not doing anything. I don't have a car. I have nothing. The only promise I said to God is, give me Biafra, that's all. I don't want anything else. What am I doing with money? What am I doing with cars? I don't need them. The Biafra I do need.
Some of people, you guys have listened to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said in that interview, where he said that it's Biafra. He was boldly saying that it's Biafra that he wants. I think this is what people were expecting Simon Ekpa to say. He was saying, it's Biafra that I want. And I say and I pray that God will give me Biafra, just like you guys saw in that video, where he was saying that cars and money doesn't matter to him, but Biafra. He's still saying that, yes, I am the leader of Biafra, and I don't care about my life, anything that want to happen there. But as far as the Igbos get their freedom, as far as Biafra comes to pass, I am happy. You guys listen to what he said. This shows you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a brave man. So, many people were expecting, and hoping Simon Ekpa to do same thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing, but they are all disappointed that he didn't do it. But they just fail to understand that Simon Ekpa is not an Ipob member. He said it a long time ago that he's just a lover of Biafra. He's only doing all these things for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is one thing they should actually try to understand. So guys, take a look at
when
this.
When Buhari started this is agenda, Nnamdi Kanu was the first person that pointed it out. He was the first person that told Nigerians, had alerted Nigerians to what is coming. Nobody believed him until eventually Buhari now exposed himself, and you started seeing Nigerians now providing their own security, from Amateku to Ebubago that never was in Imo State and all the rest of them. It was under Buhari's word that you saw all these terrorists. Nnamdi Kanu alerted us. Go and check. It was this revelation that angered Buhari. That was why he started his ESN in the southeast to protect the Igbos. So it was not easy, because the first place of all would have been in the southeast. That Buhari felt that we are too stubborn, that he's going to deal with us another. Nnamdi Kanu took preemptive steps to protect the Igbos in the southeast. So this thing angered Buhari because they were not easy to penetrate as they planned. That was why they put him in Kula and they used Ozadema. Ask yourself, what is that thing that is so special in him?
But evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we won't have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East, they will tell you, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land for Ruga. They give them land. As Sojo Zokadu did that Lok Banta. They have taken it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Hope of them prove to us that you are our stooge. Give us land in Olo. Hope of them will give them land in Olo. We can go and kill people in Obibo. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. But see, they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you're one Nigerian. That was why Obioso was talking rubbish. Was yesterday or 2 days ago. Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people, Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never ever be objective in their reportage. Never ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you're from Urobo. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president in 2023. Ask yourself, all of them that have been president from time immemorial, what benefit has it brought to you as a human being? Absolutely nothing. So you have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. You look at them now, how they have now descended on Yoruba people, asking them to concede, give us your forest, we must graze, we must do this, we must do that. And slowly before your eyes, they are giving in, they are capitulating, they are allowing them to get, if you don't give it to us, Tinubu will not be president in 2023. Tinubu won't be the president. That's what I'm saying to you. And foolishly you will agree and hand over your land to them. And once they take your land over from you, look at Hausa. Because there is a saying where we come from. If you want to know what your life is going to become in the future, look at Hausa people. If you want to understand or appreciate, I will say, the life that you are about to bequeath to your children and grandchildren, look at Hausa people. Is there any Hausa governor today? Is there any Hausa emir? Is there land though? Katsina is Hausa land. Kanu is Hausa land. Sokoto is Hausa land. The Hausa people own it, indigenous to those areas. I'm asking you this question. Is there any Hausa man who's an emir in the north? The answer is no. Something's going to happen to you. If you don't rise up now to break, I'm not even asking people to break this rule. Demand for what rightfully belongs to you, your freedom. The freedom to decide. The freedom to write a constitution if you prefer. The freedom to live with whoever you want to live with. That is what we are asking for. But most people misunderstood what we are saying. And today, almost Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying something about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. Ipob is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiala is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain. You do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? It's not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They say they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu. Are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they worked very hard, they built houses, they built mansions, they developed the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you have had your breakfast this morning. Please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is mineral. The same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place. Tell me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kano? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa we don't reason very well. The way we reason is jaundiced, it is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you put it, can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to place. All of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day now, one idiot to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 3.
The indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, has accused the United Kingdom government of hypocrisy and colonial bias for supporting Morocco's autonomy plan for Western Sahara while ignoring Biafra's self-determination efforts. Ipob questioned why the UK deems the Western Sahara's autonomy as viable while repressing Biafra's movement. Ipob traced the UK's hostility towards Biafra to the Nigerian Biafra war era, accusing the British government of complicity in mass civilian deaths. The group stated that Buhari's actions were driven by oil interest and a desire to preserve its colonial legacy. Ipob called on the UK to end its hypocritical double standards and recognize Biafra's right to self-determination. The group also urged the United Nations and African Union to investigate the UK's role in repressing the Biafran movement while promoting autonomy elsewhere. All right, today I'm delighted to be joined by two esteemed guests here in the studio. We have Mr. Peter Nasike. Mr. Nasike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He is also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. Great to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. Of course, joining us virtually is Eda Lekia Christian. He is a public affairs analyst, social justice crusader, and president of the Niger Delta Coalition Against Violence. We understand that Eda Lekia is not here with us, but let's start out with Mr. Nasike, taking a look at this situation. Isn't the UK's endorsement of autonomy for Western Sahara while ignoring Biafra's claim a blatant case of geopolitical hypocrisy rooted in oil interests and colonial guilt?
Well, times differ.
Okay.
We cannot 60s and 20s are not the same thing. Right now, there's more enlightenment. There's more exposure. But the policy and programs of every country in the world, apart from Africa, is governed by interest. Understand me? It is governed by interest, not humanitarian. Because after the first military coup, which killed Aguirosi, Gowon has wanted his people to move out of the country. That is, Gowon and the North wanted that to separate from Nigeria on their own. So then, what they were shouting was Araba, meaning secession. They were already on their own to leave Nigeria and stay on their own. It was the British government that told them, now you have power. Don't run, stay and take authority. So it was the British government that gave the North, that's the courage that to stay in the country, because they were scared. Understand? Then, but Ojukwu on his own part, I can say, because he was a patriot. He has every reason to have won this war. Understand me? Because Russia was ready to come to the aid of Biafra. Understand? So all that Ojukwu would have done is just that to sign a 40-year, 50-year agreement with Russia. And Russia will fight on behalf of Biafra. But Ojukwu, I will use that was stubborn. Ojukwu was stubborn. Ojukwu said no to all the proposals because their own interest was also oil, what they would gain. The same thing with Britain, what they would gain. Understand me? So Ojukwu refused and they decided that to go that to war alone. Understand me? Now Britain was able to rally France and other Western powers for Nigeria. If we just left between Nigerian soldiers and Biafran soldiers, there would have been no way Biafran soldiers would have defeated the Biafran army. So it was the British government that came to their aid with France and other Western powers That was the only reason why Biafra was defeated. And it took them more than 3 years for them to do it. But if Ojukwu had signed an agreement with Russia, there would have been no way they would have defeated Biafra. Because Biafra was already refining crude oil on their own. They were already refining jet oil on their own. They were already building assault rifles and so on and so forth. Understand me? Biafra had their own radio developed internally. So it was Ojukwu's patriotism, understand me, and again the sabotage of the help of the British government that made Biafra to be defeated. And still then, this war had not ended. Because in 1959, British government rigged our election, rigged our census in favor of the North. Until today, they are still supporting the northern part of the country. Reason? Because they see the northern people as people that they can easily manipulate. British government see the northern part of the country as people that they can easily manipulate, that they can easily take advantage of. They saw the people in the south as very wise and courageous and so on and so forth. So their direct rule worked in the north because they have a kind of a central system of government where they respected their MAS. Understand? But in the south, especially in the southeast, they don't have a strong traditional institutions. That's why they have to appoint warrant chiefs in the southeast or in eastern Nigeria. So it is easy to rule somebody who has no mind of his own. You give him mind. There's somebody who has a mind of his own. So Easterners have mind of their own. It's not easy to control them. So that's why the North is favoring the British government is favoring the northern part of the country.
But with this recent call of Ipob, is it that they don't understand or have the information you have in terms of the rich history on how all of this have played out during the Civil War? Because if they are waiting for this same United Kingdom to recognize Biafra now, is it ever going to happen?
Because they are already struggling on their own.
Are you talking about Britain?
Britain is already struggling on their own, and that's why they moved out of EU. Understand me?
Brexit.
So in Europe, or the center is no more holding, and someone who is struggling.
I used to hear my Igbo brother claiming the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still being held in captive is because he's an Igbo man. Before I proceed on that, all my claim in this video, they are allegedly. When I know they can't control day. My Igbo brothers, those of you that think the reason why they are holding Nnamdi Kanu in captive till date is because he's an Igbo man, that is not true. I have 3 reasons why they are still holding Nnamdi Kanu, but those reasons are allegedly. Now, my number 1 reason is when Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for freedom, he was not just fighting for himself and his family. He was fighting for the whole Nigeria. He was opening a lot of Nigerian eyes to reality, making them to know the secrets of our oppressors. If it's that Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for himself and his tribe, he therefore not even pay attention. But Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for Yoruba, he was fighting for Middle Belt, he was fighting for Cross River, he was fighting for Edo, he was fighting for all tribes in Nigeria, apart from one particular tribe, where you feel say, na them they hold us captive till date. And when he was doing all of that, they definitely know say, if people don't even believe him then, in future, they go believe him. Now, waiting they happen, people don't they believe him. Ideology of Nnamdi Kanu, all of us don't they dance to him. So these people don't already see him since. That is why they hold him down. And they know if they release this man, it go cause more trouble, it go cause more eyes opening to a lot of people, to them. So that is why they are still holding him. That is my number one reason. Remember, allegedly. My second reason is because no matter what thing they do this man is not backing down. Negotiation, torture, whatsoever names, which name they never call him, is not still backing down. So he's a stubborn person. Now let me give one example. This guy, Sunday Igboho, was one of the people that are fighting for Yoruba nation too. But when hand touch and waiting happen, allegedly, maybe they don't negotiate with him now. In don't they dance to their tune. He doesn't care about Yoruba people anymore. Whether I like him or not, this man here did not care about Yoruba anymore because he cannot withstand the torture whether they give him a kukuma dance to their tune. Now there is a woman doing that work now. We be saying don't go far. We no be Sunday Igboho, but people think Sunday Igboho is the one pushing. No, Sunday Igboho is not pushing anything. There is a woman in Yoruba land that is pushing so hard to liberate Yoruba people from their oppressor. I no go call the woman name. The Yoruba we really know about Yoruba know the woman why they talk about. But this woman have go far. But this guy here have retreated. He has surrendered, but pretending to still be working with Yoruba people. Allegedly. Now my third reason is due to some of my Igbo brothers. Some of my Igbo brothers are the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is still being held captive. And here's the reason why I said that. Now, many tribes don't fuck up for Igbo side many centuries ago or many years ago. And unknowingly to a lot of us, we did this century. And a lot of us, we did this century, now we can't know the reason why Nnamdi Kanu they fight. Now, a lot of us are ready to work with Igbo people, but a lot of Igbos are not helping the situation. The only way where Nnamdi Kanu can be released easily is if many tribes start coming together and start pushing for his release. But as long as say now some group of people they fight for his release, they won't release him. Even many Igbos are not fighting for his release. Many Igbos are just making money for his capture. If he says some of my Igbo brothers can just forget about history, let's come together, work on how they go release that man. Therefore don't release them. But they are not doing that. What you see is, oh, Benue people did this one, 1970. Yoruba this one, this one. That one did this one. Now these same people, well, now they feel say, now they attack. Now we still feel come together, push for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, which some of the people are doing already. Because all this one, whether they hold Nnamdi Kanu, anything will make the government release Nnamdi Kanu, this country go surely divide. They know it. That is why they distract us with history. We be saying, now them go hide them all this while. Now they can't release those history because they know say it go cause chaos among us. And most of them are even propaganda from these same people. Igbo coup, Yoruba coup, Hausa coup, whatsoever coup, all those things now distraction. Be smart in this country so that we go get our freedom very quick. Even if all tribes in Nigerians are not one, which is true, we can still work together to push for his release. Anyway, make I not talk too much. For those of you that really understand the video, I know now understand. And for those of you now we understand, we go still pretend as if say una no understand, we una go still they insult me. It's okay. But the reality is, anything where they go on for Nigeria right now, everybody they partake from them. And without us coming together to fight the common enemy, we cannot achieve it. And our leaders' greatest joy is to see us being divided and fighting ourselves instead of them. Anyway, share your thoughts on the comment section. Response.
First things first, I've been saying to people, whether anybody likes it or not, that nobody can stop Biafra. No human being can stop Biafra. No human being can stop the sun from shining, whether you like it or not. No, it's not. See, Biafra is a spirit. I'm a Yoruba man. I have the spirit of Oduduwa in me. If you kill me, you cannot kill my spirit. Nobody. So Biafra is a spirit that no human being can conquer. You can't conquer it. Every Igbo man, whether you like it or not, you're a Biafra. Forget politics. People are not playing politics. No. It's not about politics. It's about the fact. Every man that was born in the East, they have this Biafra spirit in them. I have the Yoruba spirit in me. Other people have the Arewa spirit in them. Do you understand? Okay, let me give an example. After the Civil War, you bomb them, you destroy their properties. Then we saw children in videos with kwashoko, big bellies, begging. We saw these videos. Then what did God do for them? God made sure that today they are everywhere, they are where they are, because of that Biafra spirit in them, which no human being can conquer. It's a fact. You know, some people that they are so afraid. I'm not a Biafra. You are a Biafra man. If you are an Igbo man, you are a Biafra man. Peter Obi is an Igbo man. Is a Biafra man. For example, our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu said, "Yoruba man." He said, "Oh, you are man. You can see. I am first an Ekpa person, then a Yoruba person, then before I'm a Nigerian. So an Igbo man first is a Biafran, then before he's a Nigerian. That's who he is. You can't deceive yourself. You can be deceiving yourself every time, but the truth will catch up with you one day. I said to people, I said, even if you kill all the Igbo people and remaining one little child, that child is Biafra. That's why it cannot be defeated. They are everywhere now. Are they not everywhere? Where do you go that you won't see them? In shops, in marketplaces, all over the world. They're everywhere. So you can't defeat them. So Odin Kanu will only embolden them. Terrorist sponsors are not in detention in Nigeria. People, for example, even Sunday go to Obama that said he wanted to do it. Is free. Then why is Nnamdi Kanu in detention? Do you know what I'm saying? Now listen to me. When Nnamdi Kanu appeared in court, did you watch the court proceedings? When he appeared in court and he was speaking boldly. So my best friend is an Igbo person. He called me and said, I've watched the video. I said, what did you see from the video? He said, no, he just saw Nnamdi Kanu speaking. I said, you don't understand spiritual matters. The spirit of Dimodume Gojuku was speaking in Nnamdi Kanu that court proceeding. He was very bold. He was telling me, because you cannot try me in this court. It is the spirit of a man that makes a man, not the body. The body can die, but the spirit cannot die. Okay, after the Civil War, why is Biafra still on people's lips today? It's not supposed to die because the spirit refused to die. That's what they don't know. The spirit refused. The body can die. The body is human flesh.
So it's from generation to generation.
No, but yes now. So whether you like it or not, whether you try to deceive yourself or not, it cannot go. Especially the way you are marginalizing them. You understand? Let me give an example. In education, in journalism, in law, Yoruba people, they are majorly there. That's why you see the NUG and everything, they are in Lagos, in Yoruba land. In military, majorly people that are in military majorly are the northern people. It's a fact. That's why you see military headquarters is in Kaduna State. In Nigeria, they talk about business, importers. They are majorly the Igbo people. But where is the support in Igbo land? That is the question. There's no support there, and it is deliberate. Or this thing is not deliberate. It's deliberate now. So until you make sure that if there's justice, fairness, and equity in Nigeria, then all of us will be able to move forward. But if we keep deceiving ourselves, one Nigeria, this one is better than Nigeria, you are just, you cannot beat a child and ask the child not to cry. You know the truth. One Nigeria, don't see anything. It's just one. It's one Nigeria that looks like a Fulani country. One Nigeria that favors people and does not favor the other people. You understand? Give Igbo men support. Lagos will be depopulated. Give them support in their place. They have their place for support. And people will say the Igbo land is landlocked. That's a big lie. the Igbo land is never landlocked. They have sea. Then you can give them seaport so that they can start importing something from their own place. Not that everything will be now contained in Lagos. You know what I'm saying? So these people are, God has blessed them in business. Because I told people, I said, after the Civil War, I said, if assuming, see, naturally in Nigeria, the poorest people in Nigeria are supposed to be the Igbo people. It's a fact. Because you give some of them 20 pounds, properties have been destroyed, they have nowhere to go. But God bless them, and some of their leaders, especially from, I know Anambra very well. That's why today in West Africa, the amount of billionaires that come from Anambra State cannot compare to anywhere. It's a fact. Go and Google it. In West Africa, Anambra have the highest number of billionaires. They are good in business. What did they do? You serve your guy many years, then after like 6 years, he gives you the shop, then you go again. That one that gives shop today too, another person come and serve him. That's how they were able to remove themselves small by small out of poverty. Assuming they behave like this outside people, that they were giving people food and be begging, today they'll be the poorest because they fought a civil war. That's what ordinarily all these beggars that you see here and also naturally be the Igbo people is a fact, but they are not because their leaders are able to think and take them out of poverty the way they can. But the government seems to be against them. I mean the federal government. Give everybody, if you give a Hausa man the same opportunity, Yoruba man the same opportunity, give the Igbo people the same opportunity, Nigeria will be better than this. But because okay, this is your tripod, and I'll be saying it, Nigeria is like a tripod, these three things. If you remove one out of it, two cannot make it stand. You deliberately remove the Igbo people from them. You now give only Hausa and Yoruba. It's not, no, it's not, I mean, it's not good. It's not balanced. It's not, God bless, it's not balanced. It was the day one man there was very happy, the Yoruba man. He said, Igbo Nigeria president, Igbo will never become president after Yoruba, Hausa, after Hausa, Yoruba. I said, I want to ask you a question. This useless Yoruba and Hausa and power, what have you benefited from it? Yeah, he said, no, not. I said, then thunder will fire you. You know that you're not benefiting, but you can't even say the truth, you're not benefiting anything from them. You are a Christian, you have the mind of God to tell people that no, this is right, this is not right. We cannot say we are one country and we are against a particular people. No president, to become president is wahala. Let me give you an example. In Nigeria, go and check it, every unitary school. If a Yoruba man, a Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo man, they want to write an exam. It's a fact. Unitary school, Yoruba man will they must have like 200 marks to be admitted. Igbo man like 200 marks to be admitted. Hausa man like 50 marks. I'm telling you, this is a fact. In unitary school in Nigeria, all of them. Now, if after somebody 200 marks, another 200 marks, another 50 marks, they now got to school. If there's now a job in federal civil service, in NNPC, in CBN and all those things, the first person to be employed will be that person that have 50 marks. I say the country should go forward. Stop deceiving yourself. Let us pray for Nigeria. You cannot pray for a goat and the goat will now become a cow. Pray for Nigeria. You have been praying for Nigeria for so many years. And it's not working because there is no justice, equity, and fairness. Until there is justice, equity, and fairness, then the country can thrive and move forward. And people will see that, oh, Nigeria is working. But for now, there's no justice, equity, and fairness. People are just deceiving themselves. You understand? There's no justice, there's no equity, there's no fairness. People are just deceiving themselves. I don't deceive myself. I'm a kind of person, I tell myself the truth. My father used to tell me, if somebody is deceiving you, it's better. But you don't deceive yourself. You don't deceive yourself. Nigeria cannot work like this. Yeah, you are sidelining a major tribe. And you make sure that they don't get to power. And by putting incompetent people in power. In 2015, and I told people, and this election, if you make.
So my people, you guys have listened to what is really going on, especially about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. You know, like I told you guys, that many Nigerians have been very angry about the statement that Simon Ekpa made concerning the fact that he's not an Ipob member, that he's just a content creator. So people have not been happy about that statement. But this is also to remind many Nigerians that Simon Ekpa is not an Ipob member. He's just there for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's just a lover of Biafra who wants to agitate for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is all That is what Simon Ekpa is doing. So guys, that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts below. And also, if you know you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and share, and also turn on the notification button to be getting all the latest news in this channel. Also, don't forget that Mazen and the Khan is going to be appearing court again on June 13th, and I trust you guys are going to be getting. I'm going to give you guys feedback and updates about Mazen and the Khan in court on June 13th. So guys, that's all we have for. Thanks for watching.